Coming up next on this edition of In the City, Murfreesboro hosts the Miracle League All-Star Game. Also, Murfreesboro is moving forward installing speed cushions in neighborhoods that qualify. Plus, Murfreesboro seniors welcomed the start of fall with their annual festival. And an MFRD employee plays tribute to a man that saved his life in a horrific car crash. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. The Miracle Field has been such a tremendous addition to the city, and this year Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation was honored to host the 2022 National All-Star Game.
The City of Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department hosted the 2022 Miracle League All-Star Game, September 16th and 17th. 123 players from all over the United States and Mexico traveled to Murfreesboro for a weekend of festivities. Miracle League provides opportunities for individuals with disabilities to play baseball. This wouldn't have been able to take place without Project 14, a charitable foundation established by David Price.
We've been sending David pictures and videos all day, and I can tell he was excited to see how well it went. And I just sent him a video of the dance party, and his comment was, "That is so awesome."
Probably the thing that we were most excited about was being able to let these other people from other areas experience how we like to play baseball, and the Miracle League here in Murfreesboro, it truly is a special place. When the Miracle Field was built and we started partnering, of course we wanted to create this wonderful experience for our local players and individuals with special needs or disabilities. But it's gone so far beyond that. It's actually changed our family culture here in Murfreesboro by having our high school athletes come out and be buddies and work with our youth. It's literally changed how those kids are viewed in their schools, and it's just amazing what it's done.
I can't thank Murfreesboro enough for the passion they have for the Miracle League, the hard work, the effort, from the volunteers of the Parks and Rec to the city, to the Price family, to the parents of these children. The weekend has just been perfect.
The Parks and Recreation Department has amazing staff. The city was responsible for getting everyone to the ball field and to the hotel all day long, and they did a seamless job through our transportation department, our senior center. We started every game on time, and that's pretty rare.
I think the Miracle League children bring to the game something that our world needs now, and that's innocence, happiness, non-competitive, but at the same time wanting to do their best. It takes so many people to make such an awesome event like this happen. It just doesn't happen. And the hard work for the last year and a half they've been putting into it will always have a special memory in my heart, and I'm very grateful to them. So thank you.
For years, residents have raised concerns to the City Council over speeding cars in neighborhoods. After the success of a pilot program, they are moving forward with installing speed cushions.
The City Council had complaints and concerns from residents about speeding in certain neighborhoods, and so the council and mayor decided that they would like to try a pilot program of the installation of speed cushions.
Speed cushions are cutouts that allow large vehicles to pass unaffected while reducing the speed of passenger cars. A pilot program was set up to see if the speed cushions would be effective at reducing speeds in neighborhoods.
We took Alexander Boulevard between DeJarnette and North Tennessee. They'd already made application, qualified, so we used them as our pilot program. We installed 6 sets of speed cushions along the road.
Over several months, a study was conducted by Murfreesboro's engineering department to see if they were effective. Surveys were sent to residents to get their feedback.
60% were saying that it was slowing the traffic down. Alexander does not have a sidewalk, and it's a very wide road, and so that was one of the things that made it qualify for the speed cushions is the lack of sidewalk. So residents want to be able to get out for exercise and stuff, and the speeding cars were a concern for them. Speed cushions were slowing the traffic down, and so they felt safer out walking.
These findings were presented to the City Council to see if they wanted to continue installing speed cushions in other neighborhoods.
Well, I think it's a number of things that really help push that through. I think one, accidents in the neighborhoods. I think in residential neighborhoods where you have kids playing, you have people who are walking, people need to slow down in those neighborhoods. And when you've got a 2-lane road that goes through a neighborhood and people are running 50, 55 miles an hour, you can't have a police officer there all the time. So this really helps let people know this is a residential neighborhood and you need to slow down.
To date, the city has installed speed cushions in 2 other neighborhoods, Savannah Ridge and Breckenridge. These neighborhoods completed their evaluation form and received their score from the city.
There's a evaluation form that goes with the traffic calming, and there's 5 or 6 factors that we look at. The speed, of course, and volume, whether there's sidewalks on either side of the road, whether there's a school crosswalk located in the system, or any pedestrian-driven facility, so a park or something that people are trying to walk to. So those are all on the evaluation form, and in order to qualify, you have to get a certain score.
A collector road is low to moderate capacity that connects neighborhoods to arterial roads, which feed interstates and freeways. Collector roads do not qualify for speed cushion installation, so the city started a new program for these.
We have recently tested out these radar signs. They collect the data and they're stored on a cloud, so we can go back and pull history for this, figure out when, time of day, days of week that there's speeding issues, and then alert the police that that would be a good time to go out for enforcement.
These radar signs are purchased through the state taxes on Tennessee sports gambling funds, which launched in November 2020. 80% of the taxes go to education, 15% go to local governments, and 5% go toward mental health programs.
Our number one thing is safety, and this allows us to be able to continue to have safe neighborhoods.
Fall Fest at St. Clair Street Senior Center is back and better than ever with a full day of fun events. There's never a shortage of fun things to do at St. Clair Senior Center, and this year's annual Fall Fest is back.
We're just a celebration of turning from one season to another, just bringing the seniors together, different games, popcorn. We have a live band performing right now, light snacks, just something to give back to the senior community.
Along with games and snacks, this year there's also a craft fair featuring items the seniors have made. Things like jams and jellies, clothing, and other handmade items. The St. Clair seniors put their dancing shoes on and danced to a live band. The staff at St. Clair says they are thrilled to see their guests so happy.
I was ecstatic. It makes my job so much easier when we have people here enjoying themselves and having fun.
There's always something going on at St. Clair Senior Center. For more information and a list of events, visit murfreesboroparks.com. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department engineer Benjamin Honeycutt says he owes his life to Matt Blansett.
It was pretty rough.
Murfreesboro Fire Rescue engineer Benjamin Honeycutt has a story to tell. A story that almost went untold.
Medically, I'm not supposed to be here.
At age 17, he was involved in a horrific car crash on a South Pittsburgh mountain in East Tennessee.
It was late at night, and one of my best friends and his mother found me and called 911.
Injuries so severe?
I had a torn aorta, and it was separated 30 centimeters. It formed like a big clot around it, where that's why it held the blood as long as it did. Lacerated liver, left lung collapsed, stomach collapsed, 2 fractured ribs, bruised and bleeding kidneys, spinal cord damage, nerve damage, head trauma.
He says he should not have made it. He coded 3 times on the operating table. Doctors told his parents to prepare for the worst.
Those guys saved me that day, and that's something I can never forget.
It was his former high school friend and Marion County Sheriff's Office Detective Matt Blansett and his father Donald who came to the rescue.
They were both part of the South Pittsburgh Fire Rescue, and so they responded up to the mountain and got me extricated and down the mountain, life flighted to Erlanger in Chattanooga, and which I survived, and it's all because of them.
When Honeycutt was told one of the men who saved his life 23 years ago died in a helicopter crash on Tuesday, August 23rd, he says he could not believe it.
You stand there in shock, and you don't really know what to say or do, but then when it all starts to absorb, it starts to break your heart.
As Blansett's body passed through Murfreesboro, Honeycutt, fellow firefighters, and Murfreesboro police officers stood in silence, saluting a man who gave his life to helping others.
I thought it would be good for us to show our respects and support for his family. He was just one of those people that you were a better person for even knowing him.
That wreck in 1999 was not the two men's last encounter. Honeycutt had a second accident on that same mountain in South Pittsburgh a year and 4 months later. Blansett also responded to that wreck. And now, as life goes on for Honeycutt because of Blansett, he is forever grateful and will always keep him in his memory. He plans to attend Blansett's funeral and pay his final respects to a man he owes his life to.
He was a good soul, and he exemplified devotion and honor to a selfless service, but he does it because he loved it, and he was a great guy, and he's going to be truly missed.
For CityTV, I'm Larry Flowers.
The City Schools Foundation Back to School Dash brings out hundreds of runners to raise money for schools and to honor 9/11 heroes. This year, the City Schools Foundation teamed up with the 9/11 Heroes Run to raise money and to honor military, veterans, and first responders.
We are so glad to be here, joining forces with our annual City Schools Foundation Back to School Dash with the Travis Manion Foundation 9/11 Heroes Run.
A little rain didn't keep these runners inside. The crowd was excited and ready to head out for the annual 5K and 1 mile fun run.
This is the first time that we've joined forces. Like I said, we have a really strong partnership with Travis Manion, so when they approached us with the idea, we jumped at it. We knew it'd be great for both organizations, and we have such a great partnership already. This was just a really natural next step for us.
The money raised for the City Schools Foundation goes towards grants for pre-K through 6th grade for teachers to enhance science, math, and other programs. For more information on the foundation and everything happening at Murfreesboro City Schools, visit cityschools.net. Over $40,000 was raised at Mayor McFarland's annual golf tournament to make sure any kid in Murfreesboro can play golf for free. Many people think golf is a game that not everyone has access to. Barriers like cost can keep some from playing. Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland is doing his part to make sure any kid who wants to play has the opportunity.
We've got a full field of 24 teams here at Stones River Country Club, and today is a huge day. Today helps us raise money so any child in Murfreesboro can come and play for free.
Mayor's Invitational Golf Tournament raised money for the Tennessee Golf Foundation's Kids Play Free program here in Murfreesboro.
Something that's really exciting is this is part of Scott Stallings. Scott's a Tennessee native. He's the 56th ranked golfer in the world. Had a phenomenal year this year on the PGA Tour, but he's here to join us, and it's an exciting day.
This program is only the second in the state, and Mayor McFarland wants to make sure the word gets around and lots of kids come out to play.
We do all this through the Tennessee Golf Foundation. Whit Turnbow, another Murfreesboro resident, we're able just to be able to give back and allow the kids to enjoy a good time learning the game of golf.
For more information, visit oldfortgolfclub.com. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. Waterfest at Old Fort Park brings over 1,000 school kids out to learn what it takes to have clean and healthy water and how to keep it that way. There's a lot that goes into keeping our water sources safe and healthy. And this year, over 1,300 school kids will learn all about our water supply at the Stones River Waterfest.
The aim is to have a great time outside learning about our watershed, which is the Stones River watershed.
Kids in grades 3rd through 6th go around to different stations at Old Fort Park and hear from different agencies like Murfreesboro Water Resources and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, where they get a hands-on look at what's in our watershed.
I just think it's wonderful that we can extend out to that many schools and kids all on one day, and that we have such wonderful support from partners.
Everything the kids learn at Waterfest goes along with the curriculum in the schools. And with so many kids in one day, you can imagine that it takes a lot of work and planning from staff from city, county, and state partners.
I truly rely upon the partnerships with the people that are here. It could not happen without the Murfreesboro Parks or Smyrna Parks or Miss Sharon Siebert. Their partnership is foundation.
Organizers tell us they will continue to make Waterfest bigger and better each year. For CityTV, Michael Linn White. Murfreesboro City Arborist talks about new software he uses to keep count of trees in the city.
In a booming area like Murfreesboro, with lots of development happening, the city's arborist has started using a new software program that would help inventory trees on public land. The goal is to increase Murfreesboro's tree canopy and keep track of it over the years.
Just this past budget year, we received some software from a third party called Planet Geo. So what we received was a canopy study as well as a tree inventory software. So the canopy study just kind of provides like a top-down view of the whole city and kind of gives you a rough estimate of acres of canopy versus your acres of impervious surfaces, so like your roads, your sidewalks, buildings. And then it also shows like potential planting areas. The most recent flyover picture was 2021, so fairly up to date. And we were able to compare that to 2012 and see like how much canopy we've lost. The main areas that lost the most are, the areas that are really developing right now. And then like your areas with the most canopy were kind of like your downtown, your older parts of town. So a big number was throughout the city we've lost 2% canopy, which don't sound like a whole lot until you realize that it was nearly 800 acres. So this is our 3 maps. Our first one on the left is our percent canopy. Middle one is potential planting areas, and the right one shows the amount of gain or loss in canopy since 2012.
One of the main jobs of helping manage the city's urban forests is pruning trees and removing dead ones that are a safety hazard to the public.
So my role as a city arborist is to maintain and manage all the trees within the city or within the city's right-of-way, as well as city parks, any city buildings, parking lots. We're always pruning trees. We're removing them if they're a hazard or if they're dead, pose a threat to the public. We do cut quite a few down, but we always replant where we cut, especially in our parks. A person's life is obviously more important than a large tree or whatnot. If that tree poses a threat, it's got to go before it hurts somebody.
A lot of the city's tree planting happens in the fall and winter. And because the city encourages new trees, Carson will help advise residents with any tree questions.
Yeah, so sometimes a homeowner will call, and I'll come out there and consult with them, but I can't physically do any of the work. There is somewhat of an expertise. You don't want to get them too deep, so you got to find what's called your root collar or root flares, and make sure they're not covered up with soil. A lot of times homeowners or just the general public will think it looks better to pile up a whole bunch of mulch on your bases of your trees, but really that just captures the moisture and it'll lead to like a root rot. It's best to keep your root flares exposed. The guys I work with, they're all well trained. They're very professional in what they do. We are constantly wearing our safety gear because what we do it's not the safest, but as long as you're clear-minded is important. We strive obviously for no accidents. They're passionate about what they do, and they're always up to continuing to educate themselves about better ways to operate. And yeah, our number one goal every day is do our job, do it well, and make it back home at the end of the day. We're still just kind of working on the roadmap throughout the cities, try to figure out where we need to be, what needs to be done, and just be more proactive rather than reactive.
Perform Murfreesboro is a theatrical arts program run through the Parks and Recreation Department. We were there to highlight their latest production.
This is Aristocats. It is about a bunch of very wealthy kittens, a butler who really wants money, and some alley cats.
The play is based on the 1970 animated classic starring Phil Harris and Ava Gabor, who played Duchess, a role that really inspired one of the actors.
I think that she did a really good job with everything, and I feel like she really was able to be a really nice, proper person. And I was so excited whenever I found out that I got to be Duchess. I was staying up all night, like I couldn't sleep. I was so excited.
For many that decided to join Perform Murfreesboro, it's because they watched past performances.
I came to see Frozen, and I just saw it, and I was like, wow, I want to do that. And so my first show was Pirates Past Noon, and it was so fun. And I just really enjoyed expressing and singing and doing things I love to do.
I came to see a play here, and I was like, oh wow, I want to do that kind of, but at the same time I also I like to make up plays and perform them for my family. And so I thought that it would be cool if I had that experience to be on stage.
I was 6 and I saw a little thing that was auditions, and I was like, that's fun. I was doing dance at the moment, but I didn't really love it. I knew I wanted to still do dance, but I wanted to do acting and singing and add more to it. So I saw it and I was like, sure. So I've done it and I've kept doing it ever since. I love it.
In addition to the directors, crew members, and castmates working hard behind the scenes, help also comes from a number of family volunteers.
The moms who come backstage who help too by volunteering. They help with the makeup and sometimes with the bobby pins and stuff.
Perform Murfreesboro provides a rich theater experience for those that love acting, singing, and dancing.
I just think that it's fun to be acting and to be like people that you've always wanted to be. It is very fun. I get to dance, sing, and act, which acting is pretty new. I've done singing and dancing before. This group is really adapting and can help you focus more on what you're good at and then help you get better at it. And also what you're not good at, get good at.
I really enjoy plays. I get to become a different person, essentially, and that's just really fun.
It's really cool because you're not being yourself, you're being your character. So the audience isn't thinking of you as yourself. So that's why it's a lot easier for me to go on stage than to be just talking one-on-one to a person. It's really cool to get to tell the story you're showing through theater. So that's why I love it so much.
Perform Murfreesboro is also a great place to make some friends along the way.
You make a lot of friends here, and I've made most of my friends who I know are from theater.
I really like being here with all my friends and stuff. We spend a lot of time in the dressing room, even just being able to chat and stuff. It's really cool because a lot of my friends share some of the same talents and hobbies that I do, of being able to sing and dance and stuff like that.
The Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department releases their new campaign to teach fire safety.
I'm Sarge.
I'm Shan, and this is Sarge and Shan's Safety Minute.
We're out here at the Doug Young Public Safety Training Center, and today we're talking about fire extinguishers.
That's right, Sarge, and how to use them.
There are many different types of fire extinguishers, but the most used is the multi-purpose ABC.
And with any fire extinguisher, we use the word PASS to remember how to operate an extinguisher.
P, pull the pin. A, aim at the base of the fire. S, squeeze the handle. S, sweep the nozzle.
That's how it works.
Hey, hold on a second. What's the harm in a little fire? It's no big deal, right? I mean, who's gonna get hurt with a little fire?
Not today, Bernie. Get him, Sarge.
For more information, you can call us at 615-893-1422.
Murfreesboro Fire Rescue,
where safety is always first.
We are excited to share that we have partnered with PAWS of Rutherford County to bring you a pet of the month each month. Here's the newest pet, Lexi. Lexi is a 10-month-old treeing, walking coonhound mix, has a true zest for life, and she loves the outdoors and thrives on her daily walks. She loves spending quality time with you and learning new things. She's well behaved and friendly towards others. Lexi is spayed and up to date on all of her vaccines. She would love to see if you would come see her today. For more information about Lexi or other dogs and cats available for adoption, contact PAWS at 615-898-7740 or email them at paws@rutherfordcountytn.gov. Fall is here, and there are some upcoming events you might want to add to your calendar. Thursday, October 6th, Health Expo, 8 a.m. to noon at St. Clair Street Senior Center. Saturday, October 8th, the Middle Half Marathon. Race starts at 7 a.m. Thursday, October 13th, Fall Festival and Haunted Hallway, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at McFadden Community Center. It's free for all ages. Friday and Saturday, October 14th and 15th, Frightensburg Haunted Village begins at dark at Cannonsburgh Village for ages 13 and up. Saturday, October 15th, Steam-a-Palooza, noon to 4 p.m. at the Discovery Center, which is a free outdoor event. Saturday, October 15th, Halloween Pumpkin Painting Party, 10 a.m. to noon at Linebaugh Public Library. Friday and Saturday, October 21st and 22nd, Old Screen Road Haunted Hayride begins at dark at Barfield Crescent Park. Also at Barfield on the same dates, Barfield Bash Carnival, 5 to 8 p.m. with games, prizes, cakewalks, costume contests, and more. Saturday, October 22nd, Super Science Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Discovery Center. Saturday, October 22nd, Tween Teen Interactive Movie, 2 to 4:30 p.m. at Linebaugh Public Library, and snacks are provided. Thursday, October 27th, Great Pumpkin Festival, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Discovery Center. Friday, October 28th, Spooky Splash at Patterson Park Community Center. Saturday, October 29th, Harvest Days from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Cannonsburgh Village. Saturday, October 29th, Haunted Hijinks, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Linebaugh Public Library with comics, candy, movies, and escape room. Saturdays in October, the Saturday Farmers Market, 8 a.m. to noon on the historic Rutherford County Courthouse Square. It ends Saturday, October 29th. Monday, October 31st, Trick or Treat on the Square is back, 3 to 5 p.m. on historic Rutherford County Square. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in this city.